welcome back to Wicked Art. It's Wicked here, and on Tuesday we're continuing with our randomized drawer here. It's just a fun way to think of something fun to draw. So we did The Flash as a medieval knight on Monday. So today we're doing another, excuse me, another traditional drawing. Let's see who we got today. Let's spin that around. Ooh, Magneto. So we got Magneto as, let's see what we get. Ooh, Magneto as a Spartan. That should be pretty fun. And that's what we'll be drawing today is Magneto as a Spartan. So kick back and I hope you enjoy the video.
Alright, so like I said in the last video, I decided to do all of these in digital instead of traditional, just because I wanted to push them as a complete comic book cover. So what I did was just kind of did a basic sketch of just warrior type person just posing with a giant spear. Some influence from the movie like Troy, and then implementing some of Magneto's basic features in there. So I'm just kind of sketching things out right now. It's not finalized layer. I wanted to make sure I definitely get that cape in there. And then I figured the way I would display his power is through his bracers on his wrist. Um, and, through his color and stuff would kind of come out in the armor too. So what I did was after I basically got that sketch done, I started thinking about, again, that inking and finalizing the lines and just really detailing things out as best as possible. Adding, the right amount of shading and stuff. And again, like I always say, I tend to lean towards what looks cool as opposed to what's accurate. And I really went for that kind of a um, more of a movie type clothing for him with the Spartan garb. And like I said, with some influence from Achilles from Troy and the movie 300, I kind of went that route with it. But I did want to set up some things to have some color change to where, like in the Flash, I had a lot of red. I wanted to get more of a mixture of the red and the purple with Magneto on this one. So I split some things up. If you notice, like right now, he doesn't have any hair poking through. I remember reading back in the 90s, The Age of Apocalypse, and Magneto had this long hair. He had these two long ponytails that would come out from under his helmet, and then the long hair coming out the back. So you'll see me add that in. I thought that would be a much cooler look and a little bit more fitting of the time. Um, Again, just kind of taking that inspiration of Brad's Pitt's version of Achilles, but I really made the hair longer, so you can see me adding that in right now. Um, and the hair coming out the back. I didn't go like super overly detailed with it, but just enough that it stands out when I start adding the colors in there. And then the same thing with the helmet. I looked up some Trojan, or not Trojan, but Spartan helmets, and they have that really long, like almost pompadour type thing coming off. I guess it kind of represented like a horse's mane, but I really wanted to have that the face being covered. Some of the coolest pictures I've seen of Magneto, his face is usually kind of blacked out in there, and you barely see anything inside the helmet other than his eyes, maybe his teeth, stuff like that. So that's why I kind of went that route. Um, and then again, just going with what looks cool, adding little details here and there, really blacking out the cape to help fill in the gap a little bit, and then just minor details here and there, how much exposure from the neck, things like that. Um, so once I get done with that, you'll see I'll go in and I'll add a new layer below this one, and I'll use my magic wand tool and just kind of start putting in the base colors. But the real important thing is to do like I did. I just pulled up a bunch of references on Trojan armor and things like that to really help me kind of sell the time period that it's coming from. So hopefully I was able to convey that good enough. So once that was all done, like I said, I went in and just kind of blocked out everything um, with a mask. And then I realized I left off Magneto's little trademark, like little horn things on the in the middle of his helmet, so I added those in. And then I just started adding the basic colors. It's just red and purple, um, and then just kind of switching it around so that it would, look the way it's supposed to. Basic skin tones, just really just going through and laying in the flats. I decided to make his eyes glow as well too, so that's why I didn't add any detail on that. Um, and you can see I'm adding the glow in there to show his power. And then I just made another mask again and put a layer above it, set it at 50%, kind of pick like a dark blue kind of color. And now I'm going in and just kind of carving out the highlights. This way it could be a little bit more dramatic than like with the Flash. It was more outdoorsy, more of like an anime style. This is still in that same vein, but I'm kind of cutting out less light and leaving more shadow because again it'll make it more dramatic in the scene. Um, and then when I was done with that, I really was trying to um, convey the time period a little bit, so like they were fighting in a desert or something. So you'll see I'll start adding smoke on the foreground with a little cloud brush I found online, and then I laid some in the background, and then I just used a you'll see me do it. I used like a gradient, but with the spotlight shape on there to get the background, and then just use the X-Men logo and put Sparta for X-Men Sparta. And then the last step is I just went in and just added highlights. So yeah, this was really fun. It took a while to do, but I think it turned out pretty good. But let me know down in the comments what you think. Did I do good? Did I do terrible? Other than that, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for watching. Think about subscribing or leave me a comment. Let me know if you want me to continue to do stuff like this. I got a few more this week from other characters. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Remember to keep on sketching. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye.